The following is a production of the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network. It's time for Davis County Baseball on New Country 104.3 KRKN. Now, let's head down to the field with the voice of the Davis County Mustangs, Alice Kojo.
It's time for Mustang Baseball as we are back for Game 2 of our doubleheader. Davis County looking for the sweep, and they'll be taking on the EBF Rockets. Mustangs took down EBF 5-1 in the opener, and they'll look for the doubleheader sweep and improve their standings in the South Central Conference. Pleasure to have you with us here on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network. I'm Alice Kojo. I am joined by Annie Argo, who is our on-site producer, as well as Kyle Davis. Kyle Smith, I should say, back at our studios in Ottumwa. Different ways you can take in the game. You can listen to 104.3 KRKN. You can take in the online stream on the Atomo Radio Group Facebook page. And you can also look at our Atomo Radio Group YouTube page for the online stream as well. So Noah Sizemore is on top of the mound for Davis County, here to start Game 2. Right-handed freshman looking to get a sweep for the Mustangs. He will face a different-looking EBF starting lineup as head coach Rick Scott has really shuffled around his Rockets. Starting with Austin Langstrot, who will be the shortstop here in Game 2. And the first pitch of Game 2 is bounced to the plate for ball 1. First pitch thrown at 7:13. Pleasant 70 degrees outside, although the temperature will most likely drop as the sun sets. There's the fastball strike on the outside corner. Langstrot was 1 for 3 with a stolen base and a run scored. There's a one hopper to Taylor. He lets it get in front of him, he knocks it down, but safe at first is Langstrot. Don't know whether to call that one an error or a hit. We're going to call that one a hit? Okay, I'll take that. So that brings up Gavin Spar. I love disagreements in the press box, by the way. And the first pitch outside from Sizemore for ball 1. Spar in the opener was 1 for 3. Throw the first base and back safely is Langstrot. As I was saying, Spar was 1 for 3 in the opener. EBF just managed 1 run on 3 hits in Game 1 of our doubleheader. There's a strike at the knees on the outside corner to even the count at 1-1. It's been a week since we've seen Sizemore on top of the mound. There's a swing and a miss by Spar to make the count 1-2. Sizemore pitched Monday in Albia a week ago. He was pretty good, 5 2/3, allowing a run on 4 hits. Throw back to first and back safely is Langstrot. Unfortunately for Sizemore, he left the game with a 1-0 lead, but Peyton Schooley cannot hold the lead with runners on base as an RBI single tied the game in the 6th inning. However, Davis County went on to win in 8 innings in Albia 2-1. But as I said, Noah Sizemore came away with a no decision. That pitch is fouled away. Schooley slaps at his glove because he couldn't handle that foul tip. So the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. In that game, through 5 2/3 innings against Albia last week, 1 run on 4 hits. He walked 3 and struck out 6. He has Spar set up at 1-2 with a runner at first and nobody out. And Langstrot takes a couple of shuffling steps off first and now goes back to the bag. Another throw to the first, chases back Langstrot. EBF was able to score a run in the top of the first of game one of our doubleheader. However, that was all they had, and Spar waves and misses that fastball outside and strikes out. That brings up Camden Sherman. He'll be starting at catcher just like he did in the opener. He was 0 for 3 in game one. Runner goes, pitch is taken high for the ball. The throw to second almost sails into center, but good job by Dexter Scott. The shortstop went behind the bag in second to knock that throw down. Langstrad has a stolen base, and EBF has an early opportunity here in the first inning. Sherman takes a pitch at the knees over the inside half for strike one. 1-1 to count to Camden Sherman, top of the first here in game two. One out, runner at second. And the 1-1, that's high, 2-1. Josh Settles is in left field for Davis County here in game two. Brett Prevost is in center with Quinn McCoy getting a start in right. Max Taylor's a third baseman. Dexter Scott's a shortstop. Peyton Schooley is at second. And Presley Kenchel is at first. Curveball. Missing outside. 3 balls and a strike. Tyrell Welsh is the home plate umpire with Victor Combs, the field umpire here in game two. The 3-1 popped up. Short right field, and it is Quinn McCoy coming on, making the one-handed catch. And there are 2 outs. So with 2 outs and a runner at second, a player who did not play in game one will bat in a cleanup spot here in game two. Castor Ford is the batter for EBF. Ford is a freshman. This is just his second at bat as a varsity man. That's low, getting past Schooley and heading to third and making it on the slide is Langstrad. So a pass ball has put the opening run of the game potentially 90 feet away. Castor Ford is a right-hander against a right-hander sophomore, a big right-handed freshman. Sizemore on the mound. That's fouled back. That was a good cut by Ford. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ford with a runner at third and 2 outs. Sizemore looking to hold EBF off the scoreboard here in the first. The pitch. That's low in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch from Sizemore popped up. Again, short right field, and it is McCoy that had the ball go off his glove. He dropped it as he was near the right field line. Langstrad scores on the error by McCoy in right, and EBF breaks the seal here in the first. So the innings extended to Emmett Holohan, losing pitcher in game one, now playing center field here in game two. Fastball upstairs, ball 1. Holohan batted 6th in the opener, now batting 5th. Waves and misses at the all-speed pitch to make it 1-1. Holohan was 0 for 2 with a walk in the opener earlier today. And a 1-1 pitch. Another swing and a miss, and Schooley sheds his glove and his mask to scramble back to grab that ball that got past him, but Ford stays put at first base. 1-2 the count now to Holohan. Ford with a short lead at first. He goes. 1-2 pitch, check swing, called a ball, and that pitch in the dirt got knocked down by Schooley, but it scoots over to the first base side of the plate, which allowed Ford to steal second. Two and two the count. Sizemore, multiple looks at second. Holohan calls time at the plate, which is granted by home plate umpire Tyrell Welsh. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner at second. Deuce is wild. The pitch by Sizemore in the dirt. Count is full, and that got under Schooley, but no advance by Ford. And the count is full. This has been a long inning already for Sizemore. Pitch number 23 coming up for the freshman. But you would imagine plenty of arms at the disposal of Todd White. A swing and a miss. Throw to third, but that was the third out anyway. Sizemore looks over to Houston Schooley and says, "What are you doing?" But anyway, the inning is over. A run on 1 hit, an error, and 1 man left on. We'll head to the bottom of the first. EBF 1, Davis County coming up on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
Hi, this is Abby at Hoskin Elevator. The Barnhart family and our employees would like to thank our customers and invite you to stop in or give us a call anytime with your farming or livestock needs. We carry a full line of ADM feed and mineral and offer commodity mixes and custom rations. Along with an ADM nutritionist, let us help you with all of your livestock goals. Hoskin Elevator is proud to work with Stein Soybeans and local Davis Seed to help you with your planting and cover crop needs. We offer on-farm pickup of your corn or soybeans and rock delivery. Once again, from Hoskin Elevator, thank you and go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs!
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
EBF gets an unearned run across at the top of the first. Now Davis County will bat for the first time here in the nightcap. And the Mustangs will go up against a junior right-hander, Cade Francis. This is his second start of the season, third appearance on the mound overall. Has not allowed an earned run in 8 2/3 innings pitched. However, opponents are batting .282 against him. Peyton Schooley had a 2-hit game in the opener. And first pitch, fastball inside, ball 1. Mustangs wearing their white tops with the white pants here in game 2. They wore the maroon tops in game 1. And the 1-0 pitch, a line drive into left center field, and that's a base hit. Schooley's starting to come around swinging a hotter bat. That's his 3rd hit of the day. And that moves it on to Josh Settles, who you could make the argument his triple back in the 6th inning of game 1 could very well have been a homer on a different day, as that was just a majestic drive into right center field that turned into an RBI triple for Settles. Runner at first, Settles swings at a first pitch, hits it the other way, left field, dropping, and falling for a base hit. Schooley only gets the second as Ford, the left fielder, fields it and quickly gets it into the infield. So the Mustangs start off with 2 straight hits off Cade Francis. And now here's Presley Cantrell with a chance to do damage here in the first inning. EBF leads at 1-0, but the Mustangs already mounting a threat here in the bottom of the first. First pitch coming to Cantrell, and that hit him in the back. That loads the bases. Quite the opportunity here for EBF, or beg your pardon, for Davis County. And head coach Rick Scott, sensing things might be awry, sends Corbin Kirkpatrick to the bullpen already. 3 batters into the first inning. Brett Prevost, bases loaded, nobody out. Davis County down 1-0. Swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. A pair of hits and a hit batter have loaded the bases. Prevost took a mighty rip at that first pitch. Now here comes the 0-1 from Francis. Another swing and a miss off the off-speed pitch. Francis very craftily going off-speed with Prevost swinging off the earth, as a matter of fact. 0-2 to count the Prevost. And the pitch by Francis. A swing and a miss. Prevost strikes out on 3 pitches for the first out. So Prevost heads back to the third base dugout, sadder but wiser. And here's Max Taylor, a big spot for the freshman as the bases remain loaded with 1 out. First pitch, taken at the knees for strike 1. Francis, this being the first time I've actually seen him, might be one of those pitchers where he pitches better once he gets into trouble, as he has really become laser focused once he's loaded the bases with nobody out. Now with 1 out and 1 strike, Taylor sends that deep into center field, and that goes over the head of Holohan, rolling to the wall. Schooley scores. Settle scores. Cantrell gets held at third. A 2-run double for Max Taylor, and Davis County now leads it 2-1. Max Taylor cranked that one deep into center. And just like that, just like in Game 1, Davis County has erased a first inning deficit. Now here's Houston Schooley. That pitch is taken for a ball. Schooley's shown exceptional hustle from the catcher spot in Game 1. He reached on an error twice in Game 1 as well, as he takes a strike there, and he turned his head away from the plays to say, did not like that call. The 1-1. That's a wild pitch that bounces past Sherman, and rumbling in the score is Presley Cantrell with his blazing speed to make it 3-1. So a wild pitch brings in a 3rd run. Taylor moves to third base. The count is 2-1 to Houston Schooley. Francis with the next delivery. A swing and a miss. A runner at third with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. 3-1, Davis County leads it. 2-2 to count to Schooley. Francis desperately needs a strikeout. The pitch. Schooley pops it up. Langstraw at the shortstop. Dropped it. And Schooley is safe at first. Langstraw looked like he had a beat on it, but then he tried to make a chest-high catch. It bounced off his glove, and Schooley, once again, for the 3rd time today, reaches on an error. And here comes Duke Scott to run for Houston Schooley. EBF was victimized by the error in Game 1. 5 rocket errors in the first game. First miscue for EBF here in Game 2. Can Davis County make EBF pay? Here's Dexter Scott. First pitch taken high, ball 1. Scott in game 1 was 0 for 3. The 1-0 with the runner going from first. Scott squared to take a bunt. He takes it for a strike. Scott steals second base on the play. So 1-1 to count to Dexter Scott, with his big brother Duke now standing at second. Scott squares the bunt again. Takes strike 2. Taylor is a runner at third. They might have been trying to do a safety squeeze, but with 2 strikes, you won't think that Scott will be bunting. He swings away and fouls that, whistles that over the third base fencing. To keep the count at 1-2. 3 runs in for Davis County, looking for more here in the bottom of the third, leading EBF 3-1. Runners at first, beg your pardon, second and third with 1 out. And that pitch is wild into the left-hander's batter's box. And coming in to score is Taylor to make it 4-1. So another wild pitch uncorked by Francis brings in another Davis County run. Scott advances to third. 2-2 to count now to Dexter Scott at the plate. Francis comes set. Takes a look at Duke Scott at third. Now the 2-2 pitch to Dexter Scott. Another pop-up. High in the air. And dropped by the third baseman, Stout. What is going on? A mishandled pop fly this time by Stout at third. Head coach Rick Scott has to be beside himself. Now Noah Sizemore is the batter, looking to help his own cause. After a long first inning on the mound, Sizemore has a chance to make it a huge inning for Davis County. Runner goes from first. Pitch taken for a strike, no throw, as Dexter Scott takes second. So a pair of ducks sitting out there for Noah Sizemore, looking to help his own cause. The 0-1. Breaking ball. Bounced towards third and fumbled by Stout. He'll have no play. Coming in to score is Duke Scott to make it 5-1 Davis County. Third error of the inning on EBF. And we're probably going to have a courtesy runner, and it is Victor Milder who comes in to run for Sizemore. Runners at the corners for the Mustangs, still just 1 out. 9th man of the inning, Quinn McCoy, is now the batter. First pitch by Francis, fouled off at the plate. Davis County scored five runs in the opener of our doubleheader, a 5-1 win over EBF. They've already scored 5 here in the first inning. 0-1 to count to McCoy. He bounces that one to third. Another error on the third baseman, Stout. Coming in to score is Dexter Scott to make it 6-1 Davis County. And just like good fielding and good hitting can be contagious, bad fielding can be contagious as well. Peyton Schooley bats for the second time this inning. He started things off with a single. He later came around to score. That pitch in the dirt, blocked by Sherman, ball 1. even though he's gone through the order once already, Cade Francis, this will only be his 26th pitch. There's been a lot of early count swinging by Davis County. Just EBF has not been able to get any outs in the field. The 1-0. Ground ball to third. Stout stays down on it and steps on the bag at third for the force out, and there are 2 away. Runners at first and second, 2 outs in the inning, and Josh Settles, who singled, gave way to, actually singled and later scored. 6 runs in for Davis County here in the first inning. Long pause by Francis. Now the pitch. That went behind Settles, and somehow the catcher Sherman was able to get a glove on it and prevent it from going to the backstop. The 1-0. That gets past Sherman. Another wild pitch. Puts runners at second and third. And Settles has a chance to make this an 8-run inning if he can get his second hit of this inning. Settles with the count in his favor at 2-0. Has a chance to be selfish here and take a mighty rip at a pitch if he finds one to his liking. He sends that one in the air, left field, and foul. As Ford was tracking it, it landed near the fencing in foul territory. And that makes the count 2-1. Settles, left-handed batter, versus the righty on the mound, Francis. The 2-1. Line drive, base hit, right field. Coming in to score is McCoy. Peyton Schooley rounds third. He will score. Settles is caught up between first and second, and he gets tagged out. Trying to go to second, so the inning has come to an end, but 2 more runs scored for the Mustangs, and at the end of one, it is 8-1 Davis County on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
This is Milo Wells with Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. Our goal here is to go above and beyond your expectations for the role that a pharmacy can play in you and your family's health. Since we have opened here, many things have changed. We've added experienced staff, updated our facilities, added clinical services like strep throat test and treat, and free liquid medication flavoring. One thing that has not changed is the vision of providing our patients with access to the best pharmacy services anywhere in the state. We, like many of you, believe Southeast Iowa is an amazing place to live, and we will continue to be committed to improving the lives of our patients.
High-speed internet is here, powered by a 100% fiber optic network. Citizens Mutual provides reliable, fiber-to-the-home, high-speed internet to rural Iowa.
My children and my grandchildren, when they come here, they didn't like to come visit very much because they couldn't get on their devices. Well, now they love it because they can have chats with their friends. People don't realize how isolated sometimes people are out in the rural areas. So, yeah, it's awesome.
Visit findmyfiber.mycmtech.com.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Davis County up big here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. 8-1. The Mustangs lead EBF here in the top of the second inning. Taryn Bechtel, who is the DH here in Game 2. He's batting for the third baseman, Kenton Stout. Curveball taken for a strike. One thing I noticed in last Monday's game in Albia, Sizemore and Schooley both feature very good curveballs. There's another curve that swung on and missed right on cue, and it's 0-2. That curveball especially was giving Albia batters fits last Monday. Sizemore and Schooley combined for 10 strikeouts in that game against Albia. Fastball. And good morning, good afternoon, good night to Mr. Bechtel. He goes down looking for the first out. So now a freshman comes up for EBF, Channon Snakenberg. He's batting .200 this season. This is his 6th at-bat as a varsity man. Curveball, missing upstairs, ball 1. Sizemore shakes his head, now nods. The 1-0. Fastball, lifted foul behind the plate, out of play. Davis County leads at 8-1 here in the top of the second. Bases empty, 1 out. 1-1 to count to Snakenberg. The pitch. Popped up foul behind the plate again. It takes a high hop off the concrete and onto the roof of the concession stand. How many times has a ball gone off the roof of the concession stand, and how long is it going to be before the roof has to be replaced? Yeah. Not my money, as that pitch is in the dirt to make it 2-2. The person who makes that call, by the way, I bet is 2 seats to my left. Curveball, tapped down the third base line. Taylor scoops, throws the first, a hopper, and it's safe as a call. Good play by Taylor as he threw a one-hop throw to Cantrell, who did field it, but Snakenberg was able to hustle out an infield single. Carter Fisher bats with a runner at first and 1 out here in the top of the second. Davis County leading EBF 8-1. Runner goes. Pitch is taken for a ball. Throw to second, and he is dead in the water. Schooley gets his first would-be stealer of the year as Snakenberg was out by about 5 feet. So 2 outs, bases empty. 1-0 to count to Carter Fisher. Sizemore back into the windup. Fastball misses low and outside. 2-0. Sizemore delivers. A little tapper to the left of the mound. Sizemore, the pitcher, throws to first, and EBF goes down quietly here in the top of the second. We'll head to the bottom of the second. 8-1 Davis County on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our C First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any C First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Eight to 1, Davis County leads it as they bat here in the bottom of the second. EBF has a new pitcher in as Corbin Kirkpatrick takes over for Cade Francis, who was done after just 1 inning. But Davis County scored 8 runs in that inning, but most of that was not his fault. EBF committed 4 errors in that inning, which led to plenty of damage done by the Mustangs. Presley Cantrell will lead things off for the Mustangs. Kirkpatrick is a sophomore. He's only pitched in 1 1/3 innings so far this season. He's allowed 7 runs, only 1 of them have been earned. So Presley Cantrell, who was hit by a pitch and scored on a wild pitch back in the first inning, looks at a pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Davis County has already equaled their season high in runs scored with 8. See if they can exceed it here in the second inning. That's low for ball 2. Those 8 runs came last Wednesday in the nightcap of the doubleheader at Clark, which Davis County won 8-0. 2-0 swinging, foul ball at the plate. That got a good piece of the catcher, Sherman, who's limping as he gets up and throws the ball back to his pitcher, Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick ready. The 2-1 pitch coming to Cantrell. There's a line shot down the line, but well foul. That was a bullet over the left field fence. Two and two to count. Kirkpatrick deals. Bouncer to the plate. Blocked by Sherman. 3-2. Davis County sent 11 men to the plate in the first inning and scored 8. 3-2 pitch to Cantrell. Grounder foul wide of third. Speaking of third base, there's been a change in the field as well, as Gavin Hopkins is the new third baseman for EBF. Kenton Stout had issues at third with 3 errors in that first inning, so Rick Scott, head coach, decides to make the change. That's fouled back towards the concession stand. Count remains at 3-2. Cantrell getting set to see pitch number 8 in this at-bat from Kirkpatrick. Here it comes. In the dirt, ball 4. Good at-bat by Presley. And that brings up Brett Prevost, who you can't fault his eagerness at least. He batted with the bases loaded and nobody out, and he struck out on 3 pitches in his first at-bat. First pitch, over but low, ball 1. Davis County 8, EBF 1 is our score here in the bottom of the second. A runner at first with nobody out. The 1-0. Up and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch. Prevost takes that pitch well outside to make it 3-0. So after the previous batter walked, after an 8-pitch at bat, Prevost now has a count at 3-0. Will he have the take sign? He does, and that pitch is low for ball 4. So a pair of walks start off the second inning for Davis County. One of the bigger blows dealt in that 8-run first inning was by Max Taylor, who is currently at the plate. A 2-run double. Good to see him hit the ball with authority in that first at-bat. That's up and inside, ball one. Now 6 straight pitches missing the strike zone for Kirkpatrick. The 1-0. That's way too high. 2 balls and no strikes. Head coach Rick Scott is gnawing at a couple of players in the first base dugout. I think he's going to send somebody else to the bullpen, if I'm not mistaken. The 2-0 popped up. Foul territory, third base side. Hopkins gives it a look, but that's over the fence and out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. Davis County still has not had a game in which they've had multiple extra base hits in a baseball game. And this is game number 15 of the season. Wouldn't it be something if one player did it himself? Taylor has that opportunity. The 2-1 pitch. Taylor fouls that back. Kirkpatrick set for another 2-2 pitch coming to Prevo. Here it comes. Or beg your pardon, to Taylor. Grounder up the middle, that's a base hit. Rumbling around third and coming home is Cantrell. He ran through the stop sign and coming home and safe at the plate is Cantrell. He slid under the tag of Sherman. Cantrell ran through the stop sign of head coach Todd White, but it turns out to be an RBI single by Taylor to make it 9-1 Davis County. Once the semi starts, you can't get the you got to throw on the emergency brakes or you just let it keep rolling. There was no off ramp apparently rounding third base, so he just kept on rolling right to home plate. Here's Houston Schooley with runners at first and second and still nobody out. Schooley swings and misses at the first offering. Schooley slamming the bat on the ground, frustrated with that first swing that he took. That's high for ball one. So the first walk of the inning scored. The second walk stands at second. Taylor has an RBI single. He has 3 RBI in this game so far. The 1-1 pitch tapped. And it's spinning and foul down the third base line. Schooley was standing at the plate still, even though whether that was going to be foul was still in doubt. Thank goodness it stayed foul. That makes the count 1-2 to Schooley. Kirkpatrick needs an out. And that's launched high and foul down the right field line. Oof, if he was able to straighten that out, that might have been. One ball and 2 strikes to Schooley. Kirkpatrick deals inside, almost hit Schooley. He had to jackknife out of the way. 2-2. Schooley batting left-handed versus the right-hander Kirkpatrick on the mound. Now the 2-2. Line drive, base hit, left field. Rounding third and stopping at third. No, running through the sun again is Prevo. And he scores. He waved him in? Okay. Houston Schooley with an RBI single. 10-1. Davis County now leads it. Courtesy runner coming in for the catcher. Once again, it is Duke Scott, who will run for Houston Schooley. Dexter Scott is at the plate. He reached on an error, a dropped pop-up by the third baseman. At the time, it was Kenton Stout. He's been replaced by Hopkins at third. Scott swings at the first pitch. High fly ball. Left center field, caught by the center fielder Holohan in the gap for the first out. The beneficiary of all of this offense has been Noah Sizemore, who's currently the pitcher of record in the good. He reached on an error his first time up. Runners at first and second. One out here in the bottom of the second. Davis County leading at 10-1. The pitch. Off speed, missing outside, ball one. Ran to Sizemore after the opener. Remarked to him about, hey man, you got a hit. He goes, yeah, it's the first one I had in about 8 games. That's low for ball two. He came into this day batting 137, so that hit he got in game one, it goes a long way to helping out the batting average, however small it might be. 2-0 to count to Sizemore. He can get picky here. That's high, 3-0. Kirkpatrick has had issues with control. He walked the first 2 batters of this inning. They both have come around to score. And now Sizemore is up 3-0 on Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick takes a look at second. Rocks and fires. Fastball missing inside. Sizemore walks, and the bases are loaded for Quinn McCoy. McCoy has not had a hit yet this season. Victor Milder once again will come in to run for Sizemore. This will be a good spot for your first hit of the season. Bases full of Mustangs. First pitch coming to McCoy. Swing and a miss at the letter high fastball. McCoy reached on an error back in the first inning. Later came around to score in that 8-run first. Mustangs have added 2 more here in the second. 0-1 pitch, soft liner, falling into right field for a base hit. Coming in to score is Scott. Stopping at third is Milder, so they just go station to station. Beg your pardon, now it's Taylor who came in to score. An RBI single by Quinn McCoy to make it 11-1 Davis County. Peyton Schooley swings at the first pitch. Grounder, and it's booted by the third baseman Hopkins. Everybody is safe. Coming in to score is Duke Scott. It's now 12-1 Mustangs. 5th error of the game. That one goes against the new third baseman, Hopkins. Caden Nichols appears to be the man that is headed to the EBF bullpen to warm up. Here's Josh Settles with the bases loaded and 1 out. Turns away from the inside pitch and takes strike 1 as I hit the inside corner. Settles batted twice in that first inning, a pair of singles, the second of which scored the 8th run for Davis County. He ended up getting thrown out as he takes strike 2. He ended up getting thrown out trying to go from first to second. Actually got hung up in between first and second for the final out of the inning. 0-2 to Settles. In the dirt, bouncing, blocked by Sherman. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 12-1. Davis County leads it here in the bottom of the second. Mustangs looking for a sweep after winning game 1, 5-1. The 1-2, that's high. Settles awaits a 2-2 pitch coming from Kirkpatrick. He went golfing and grounds that one into right field for a base hit. Milder scores. Rounding third and coming home is McCoy to score a 2-run single by Kirkpatrick. Beg your pardon, by Settles off Kirkpatrick. And that makes it 14-1 Davis County. That was a low pitch that Settles just went down and got. So Settles has 3 RBI in this game. Cantrell, who started off the inning with a walk, will bat for the second time in this inning. He swings at the first pitch, grounds it over to short. Langstraw throws a second for 1. Throw to first, not in time. Another run comes in to score. That is Schooley to make it 15-1. So an RBI fielder's choice by Cantrell. So with 2 down and a runner at first, here is Brett Prevost, who walked and scored earlier this inning. Marathon inning for Kirkpatrick. This will be pitch number 38. Prevost sends the first pitch high in the air. Shallow right center field, and it's the right fielder, Spar, who makes the catch. And Davis County is done in the second. But the Mustangs score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more runs. And they lead it 15-1 at the end of 2 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree, and our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
EBF opened the scoring here in Game 2 of the run in the top of the first. The Mustangs have responded with 8 runs in the 8 runs in the first and 7 in the second inning, and now lead at 15-1 as we play here in the top of the third. And I believe it'll be Corbin Kirkpatrick who will take the at-bat. Cade Francis was originally in the starting lineup, but he only lasted 1 inning on the mound. Corbin Kirkpatrick took over for him on the mound, and it indeed will be him who will bat for Francis here in the top of the third. First pitch, missing a bit inside from Sizemore for ball 1. Kirkpatrick is a sophomore, batting .333 so far this season. 1-0 pitch, line drive out to left, and Settles will play it on a bounce for a base hit. Leadoff single by Kirkpatrick. Back to the top of the order in Austin Langstraw. He led off the ball game with a single, stole a base, and ended up scoring on an error by the right fielder Quinn McCoy, who dropped a fly ball. First pitch is ball 1. Throw to first and back safely is Kirkpatrick. Sizemore comes set. The 1-0. A swing and a miss. The 1-1 pitch, grounded, foul, just foul, past third. Looked like that might have bounced over the bag, fair, but home plate umpire Tyrell Welsh immediately raised both arms, said foul ball. That makes the count 1-2. EBF has a runner at first. Nobody out here in the top of the third, but Davis County has a 15-1 lead. The 1-2, curveball, bounce to third. Taylor throws to second for one, throw to first, not in time. They do get the lead runner, however, for the first out of the inning. Good play by Taylor, he grabbed that ball and his momentum was taking him to second base, so he just threw it to second to get the lead runner. Langstrad is safe at first on the fielder's choice, and the batter is Gavin Spar, who struck out swinging his first time up. Curveball, lifted out to left field. I might find some grass. It does for a base hit. Just a little half-hearted swing off the bat of Spar. A bloop single into left field. And runners now at first and second with one out for Camden Sherman. Schedule-wise, this is a light week for Davis County. We'll just see at the ballpark one more time this week, which will be on Thursday here at the Mustang Sports Complex, as Davis County will be taking on Cardinal, and then that'll be it for this week. First pitch high to Sherman for ball one. Mustangs looking for a doubleheader sweep for the first time this year, leading 15-1. Sherman ducks away from that pitch inside, and the count is 2-0. EBF has runners at first and second with one out. And a 2-0 pitch is a fastball that's fouled away to the first base dugout and out of play. So Camden Sherman, who was 0 for 3 in the opener of the doubleheader, he flied out to right his first time up here in Game 2. He awaits the 2-1 pitch from Sizemore. A long pause. Now the freshman comes home with it. Fly ball. Left field. Converging is the center fielder, the shortstop, and the left fielder, and it's Prevost at center who puts it away for the second out. Castor Ford reached on an error his first time up. He later stole a base and was stranded at second in the first inning. 15-1 Davis County, EBF batting top of the third. Runners at first and second with two outs. Ford takes that curveball well upstairs for ball one. The 1-0. Fastball over but low, 2 balls and no strikes. I think it's interesting that Davis County wraps up their season series against Cardinal on Thursday, yet they have not played Knoxville yet. Usually they take an entire tour of the South Central Conference before the rematches begin, as that pitch is in the dirt for ball 3. And considering what Cardinal did to Davis County a couple weeks ago in Eldon, beating them in a doubleheader by the combined score of 22-6. Be interesting to see what the Mustangs have in store for Cardinal on Thursday. That pitch is in the dirt. A 4-pitch walk to Ford. Loads the bases. An opportunity for Emmett Holohan to get EBF a little bit closer here in the third. However, head coach Todd White calls timeout as Sizemore on the verge of his 50th pitch here today. Sun starting to sink behind us as we sit on the third base line. The mound is currently in sunlight, but the plate, and a good 15 to 20 feet in front of the plate, is in shadow. Short meeting as head coach Todd White not only talked to Sizemore, his pitcher, but his entire infield. The bases are loaded with 2 outs for EBF, trailing Davis County 15-1 here in the top of the third. Emmett Holohan struck out his first time up. He did not look good dealing with the curveballs of Sizemore. We'll see if he throws Holohan a couple here. First pitch is hit foul, and that almost got Langstrot, who's leading off third. He had to duck out of the way. Good thing he's wearing a helmet. On 1 to count to Holohan. Sizemore's next offering, curveball, strike 2. I would be shocked if Holohan didn't see another curveball from Sizemore. Maybe this one bouncing to the plate. And the pitch. Line drive, left field, foul. That was a fastball that Holohan could not keep fair. Langstrot's the runner at third for EBF. Spar takes his lead from second. Ford is the runner at first. 0-2 to count to Holohan with 2 outs. The pitch by Sizemore is a curveball, and Holohan fights that off foul towards the third base dugout. Another 0-2. Curveball. Slapped. Foul. Down the left field line. Settles is playing about as close to the left field line as you can as a left fielder, but considering every one of these foul balls is going to the left side, he's probably on the right track, though there is a sizable gap in left center. Another 0-2. Fastball. Fouled back. Sizemore pitching from the windup. Another 0-2. That's high. Maybe something to change the eye level. Fastball high. Maybe another curveball coming here with the count 1-2. The pitch. Bouncer fair down the left field line, getting past Taylor. Coming in to score is Langstrot, and the Rockets just play station to station. An RBI single by Holohan makes it 15-2. So long at bat, and Holohan comes away the victor. Now here's Taryn Bechtel, who struck out looking his first time up to lead off the second. That curveball stays upstairs, ball 1. Sizemore peers into his catcher, Houston Schooley. Winds and delivers the 1-0. Check swing, he went around. And the count is 1-1. Beto could not hold up his swing on that pitch in the dirt. Sizemore shakes his head 2, 3, 4 times, now nods. And a 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. That was letter high. Beto offered at it. And once again, Sizemore's a strike away from ending the EBF third inning. Rockets have a run in. Davis County leads at 15-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball, got him looking. Bechtel strikes out for the second time tonight, and the inning is over. EBF does get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave the bases loaded. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Davis County leads EBF 15-2 on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Call. I got a pair of clogged toilets.
2 pair, dripping faucets, and leaking pipes.
Full house, boys. Flooded basement, ruined water heater, and a wild card, broken sump pump.
Gentlemen, whatever your plumbing issue may be, call Roto-Rooter on Gateway Drive in Ottumwa. The drain cleaning and plumbing experts, residential and commercial, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oh, and one more thing. A royal flush always beats a full house.
That's a bunch of crap.
Hi, I'm Cody Crane with Crane Concrete Ready Mix. If you're tired of not mattering to the big corporate companies, then call us. When you work with us, you won't be on a waiting list. We can get you concrete when you need it. We are a family-owned business, offer competitive prices, and are easy to work with. We deliver to Davis, Wapello, Van Buren, and Jefferson counties. Work with a company that will take care of you. Call me, Cody Crane, at 641-919-1350.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Bottom of the third, EBF has a new pitcher in the game as Caden Nichols takes over on the mound. He's looking to avoid the misfortune that visited his previous 2 teammates. Cade Francis started this game. He allowed 8 runs. Only 1 of them were earned in a marathon first inning. Corbin Kirkpatrick took over in the second inning, and 12 Mustangs came to bat in that second inning. Big part in 11, and 7 of them scored. Here's Max Taylor working on a 2-for-2 game. A double, a single, 3 RBI, 2 runs scored. 0-1 pitch coming to Taylor. Ground ball towards Langstraw at short. Stays down on it, throws across the diamond, and retires Taylor for the first out. That brings up Houston Schooley, 1 for 2. He reached on an error and also singled in a run. That first inning, here in game 15, by the way, here's first pitch, well inside. Schooley scoots out of the way for ball 1. That was the first inning in which Davis County batted around this season here in game 15. And they've done it in both of the innings they batted so far. Ball 2 to Schooley. Bases empty, 1 out, bottom of the third. Davis County leading EBF 15-2. The 2-0. That's in the dirt, scooting past Schooley, the catcher, and home plate umpire Tyrar Welsh. All the way to the backstop, it's 3-0. Errors were the issue for EBF in the first inning. Walks were the issue in the second inning, and there's a walk to Schooley with 1 out. And most likely we will see a courtesy runner coming into the game, as it will most likely be Duke Scott again. It is, who comes in to run for Schooley. Davis County has 8 hits through the first 2 innings. Dexter Scott wants to get in on the action. He's 0 for 2 with a run scored and a stolen base. Scott looks at a pitch over but low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. That's high. 2 balls and no strikes. I have to apologize. I'm a bit of a liar from what I said in game 1. I thought the wind would be a factor for the entire day. It looks like it's died down almost next to nothing here in game 2. That pitch is fouled away to make it 2-1. Cade Nichols is a freshman. He's pitching in his 4th game of the season. And that misses for ball 3. Nichols nods. The 3-1 pitch coming to Dexter Scott, and he takes a pitch on the inside corner to make it 3-2. Up 15-2. Duke Scott's not going anywhere from first. Wouldn't imagine he is. He does not go, and Dexter Scott hits it on the line to short. Langstraw could not field it on a hop, and everybody is safe. Another error on EBF. So the Mustangs, who have scored big crooked numbers in the first 2 innings, will now bring in a pinch hitter for Sizemore, as that is Hayden Bankson, who has not had a hit yet this season. He'll look to change that at the plate here today. 0 for 11 so far this season is Hayden Bankson. So Bankson bats with runners at first and second with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the third, Davis County 15, EBF 2. First pitch, high and tight, ball 1. The 0-1, strike called. Fastball on the outside half to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Bankson wagging the bat from the right-hander's box. Pitch upstairs, ball 2. Two and 1 to count to Bankson, and the pitch. Pops that up. Infield fly rule is called. It was dropped anyway, and they double off the man. Well, they have to tag him out though. Yeah, the runner advanced to second, but they have to tag the guy at second. They call the play dead. Oh, I think the Fisher could have gone and tagged Scott, who was at first base, because he didn't tag up. But once the throw went back to the pitcher, the umpire called time, and the play was over. So Sizemore pops out for the second out of the inning due to the infield fly rule. Runners at second and third for McCoy, and the count is 1-0. Because on the infield fly, the runners have to advance on their own accord, but they have to tag up properly to do so, and Scott did not do that from first base. There's a strike. And since EBF did not attempt to tag anybody, because it's an automatic, you have to tag the guy. You can't force him out. That's why Scott was called safe at second. At least that's the way I interpret the infield fly rule. Bouncer to the plate, gets past Sherman, and coming in to score is Duke Scott on the wild pitch to make it 16-2. I will be the first to admit the infield fly rule is one of the more difficult rules to interpret, especially if the fly ball's not caught and it lands. Dexter Scott now stands at third. 2-1 to count to Quinn McCoy. He reached on an error and scored in the first, and then delivered an RBI single in the second. The pitch to McCoy. Hit him in the helmet. That's why you wear one. And he'll take first base. He tried to duck out of the way, and it got him in the helmet. Looked like a breaking ball that got away from Nichols. Vic Combs, the field umpire, checks on McCoy, says, "Hey, you good?" McCoy gives him the thumbs up. And now Houston Schooley will bat for the 4th time already here in the 3rd inning. Davis County leading at 16-2. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Schooley so far 1 for 3 with those 3 runs scored. Runner goes from first, a huge jump, and McCoy stole that off the pitcher. Nichols didn't even look at McCoy at first base. And McCoy was about halfway to second when Nichols threw that pitch. 1-0 the count to Schooley. Fly ball, left center field. Calling for it is Houlihan in center, and he makes the catch. And that retires the side. Davis County does have a run, no hits, 1 error in the inning, and 2 men left on. We are through 3. It is Davis County 16, EBF 2 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Halfway right. 16-2 is our score as the 4th inning rolls in game 2 of our doubleheader. Davis County victorious in the opener, 5-1 over EBF, leading 16-2 here in the nightcap. Thanks to Scott Spurgeon of the Bloomfield Democrat for sussing out the infield fly rule, which is correct. If the fly ball is dropped, then the players in play, on the base pass, I should say, need to be tagged out. So that's why there was no force out there. Bottom third of the order for EBF, starting with Channon Snakenberg. He got a hit his first time up, but he ended up getting caught stealing as he got thrown out by Schooley trying to take second base. Vic Combs is, I guess, looks like he's ready to go. Sizemore wanted another pitch, and so now we're ready to start the top of the 4th. Channon Snakenberg looks at a 58-footer for ball 1. That was a curveball that bounced well short of the plate. Sizemore, for the most part, has thrown strikes, allowing EBF to put the ball in play, letting his defense work behind him. That curveball misses upstairs, 2-0. However, he has allowed 2 runs on 5 hits. Fastball, strike 1. Sizemore also has struck out 3 through the first 3 innings. The 2-1. That's smacked out to center. Prevost tracking it in the left center field gap. Makes the catch for the first out. Prevost plays a really good center field. And I've called him a Swiss Army knife before. Somebody you could just put anywhere and he'll produce for you. But he seemed to have found a home in center field with all the freshmen taking up the infield. Carter Fisher swings at the first pitch, line drive center field, and hops in front of Prevost for a 1-out single. So we have a pinch hitter Caden Nichols comes in to bat for the first time today. High pop-up, first base side. Cantrell near the fence, can't make a play. So Nichols in, as he is the pitcher of record on the mound. There have been 3 pitchers, but the pitcher spot has only batted twice in this ball game. Cade Francis, the starter, did not have a chance on the mound. At the plate. Corbin Kirkpatrick batted back in the 3rd inning. He singled. Now here's Caden Nichols batting in the 4th. Head coach Todd White calls timeout. Have Sizemore at 66 pitches. He's thinking about bringing somebody in. Sure looks like it. So we will have a new pitcher come into the ball game with 1 out, a runner at first here in the top of the 4th, and Davis County leading EBF by a score of 16-2. We'll take a break and be back to tell you about the new pitcher after this on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Is your back telling you it's time for a new mattress? Darren at Dixon's Mattress Outlet is the man to see. Dixon's Mattress Outlet sells new mattresses of all sizes. They also have a great selection of area rugs, sheets, and pillows. Needing a mattress for the camper or a rollaway bed? Darren has those too. Call Darren today and get the best rest for less. Call Dixon's Mattress Outlet today at 641-664-3060. And don't forget to like them on Facebook. You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
So Sizemore is still the pitcher for Davis County as we welcome you back to Bloomfield. Presley Cantrell looked like he left with an injury. Looked like he wasn't quite tracking that foul ball right in foul territory on the first base side. So he leaves. Josh Settles comes in from left to play first base, and into the game for Davis County is Duke Scott, who takes over in left field. Oh, 1 is the count to Caden Nichols, who bats with the runner at first and 1 out. 16-2, Davis County leads at top of the 4th. That pitch is fouled away. Well, look out. Over by the concourse in between the baseball and softball fields. No balls and 2 strikes to Nichols. A runner at first. That is Fisher. Short lead for Fisher at first. And the 0-2 pitch is hit on the ground towards the second base bag. Scott steps on the bag for 1, throw to first. Nice dig on the back end by Settles, and that is a double play. No runs, a hit, and that is it. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Davis County leads at 16-2 on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
At Family First Chiropractic, it is our goal to get you and your family as healthy as possible and keep you healthy for the rest of your life. We deliver an elevated level of care for the entire family. We approach healthcare from a holistic view, incorporating multiple chiropractic techniques and physical therapy to ensure that our patients achieve the best results as fast as possible. We believe you deserve the best. A little preventative care now will eliminate pain management in later years. We want our kids to grow and live an active, healthy lifestyle. Get your family checked at Family First Chiropractic.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
EBF and Davis County tangling here in Game 2 of our doubleheader, and Davis County up big, 16-2. Here in the bottom of the 4th. 2, 3, 4 due up for Davis County. Josh Settles, and then Duke Scott will be batting for Presley Cantrell, who left the game and then Brett Prevost. Cantrell looks like he left with some sort of injury, which could bode big for Davis County down the road. The way the starters line up, you figured that Cantrell was going to start against Cardinal possibly on Thursday, or maybe even pitch on Thursday, with that being the last game of the week, and Cantrell has not pitched yet this week. Instead, his status remains in doubt. We'll see how he is at the end of this ball game. Kate Nichols, ready to start his second inning of work. Facing Josh Settles. Fastball taken a bit high for ball one. If the Mustangs score a run here, then this game will come to an end. That's low and outside, ball two. Walks have been an issue. 4 walks through the first 3 innings by EBF pitching to go along with 2 hit batters. That is fair down the left field line as Settles goes the other way. Rounding first and heading to second. Wow, look at Settles go. Galloping like a Triple Crown winner in the second foot with a double. I mean, the Belmont Stakes was held this past weekend, but my goodness. Settles was off to the races. Like he just got a starter escape. That is Settles. That's his 4th hit of this game, if you can believe that. Duke Scott takes a fastball letter high for ball one. That double by Settles also is the first time this season Davis County has had multiple extra base hits. Max Taylor had a 2-run double back in the first inning. Bouncer to the plate. Good block by Sherman, the catcher. And the count is 2-0 to Scott. First at bat for Scott here in game 2. Scott got a start in game 1. He went 0 for 3. Potential game-ending runs at second. 2-0 pitch. That's high. Ball 3. Settles also has 3 RBI in this game to go along with his 4-for-4 day. So he got it done on the mound in game 1 with a complete game, allowing just 1 earned run. Now 4-for-4 here in game 2. Strike called on a pitch that looked high and inside. Scott was ready to throw his bat aside and head to first. Count now 3-1. Brett Prevost waits on deck. Scott takes strike 2 at the knees. Unless it's an egregious miss, I think Tyrell Welsh is going to say, swing the bat, guys. I'm going to be calling strikes here. 3-2 pitch. Fouled back by Scott. That was borderline, but Scott had to offer at it. A runner at second. That's Josh Settles. He started off this inning with a double. 3-2 pitch to Scott. That gets past the catcher Sherman. Ball 4 to Scott. Settles advances to third on the wild pitch. Now runners at the corners. Nobody out. And really the only run that matters is Settles, who now stands at third, as he could put an end to this game if he scores. Davis County has had 9 hits, although Prevost has not had any of them. He is 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Be a great way to end the game if he can get a hit here. First pitch, fastball, taken letter high, or helmet high, I should say, for ball 1. The 1-0. Fastball that Prevost had to duck out of the way of. 2 balls and no strikes. Biggest offensive output for the Mustangs this season. They've doubled their highest output with 16 runs. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Prevo takes a pitch upstairs, ball 3. You figure Prevo will try to stay disciplined. We'll take this 3-0 pitch. He does, and it's a strike. That was for the team. Now you can take one. You can take a big cut for yourself if you want, with the count now at 3-1, if it's where you like it. And the pitch. That's high for ball 4, which loads the bases. So Max Taylor, a multi-hit game here in game 2. He also was 1 for 4 in game 1, so it looks like he has snapped out of his slump. He entered today 0 for his last 14. Pitching from the windup, first pitch. Grounder to third, and they throw to second for 1. The throw to first is not in time. Scoring is Josh Settles, and this game has come to an end as the Mustangs win it by the final score of 17-2 in 4 innings. So an RBI forced fielder's choice by Max Taylor, his 4th RBI of the game. And Davis County finishes off the doubleheader sweep here this evening. We'll take a break and come back to tell you all about it. Big night for the Mustangs, a doubleheader sweep over EBF. We'll be back after this on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
Get the small town charm with real-world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree. And our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
Hi, I'm Allison Engels, Senior Vice President at First Iowa State Bank of Bloomfield. Farmers and ranchers, when it comes to ag loans, you want to work with a bank and lender that speaks your language. Both myself and Joe Randolph are farmers as well, so we fully understand the agricultural economic business needs. We know the inputs and the outputs, the ups and the downs, the market, and every other obstacle that arises in farming. Come and see me, Allison Engel, or Joe Randolph with First Iowa State Bank of Bloomfield to discuss your ag lending needs.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Hi, this is Abby at Hoskin Elevator. The Barnhart family and our employees would like to thank our customers and invite you to stop in or give us a call anytime with your farming or livestock needs. We carry a full line of ADM feed and mineral and offer commodity mixes and custom rations. Along with an ADM nutritionist, let us help you with all of your livestock goals. Hoskin Elevator is proud to work with Stein Soybeans and local Davis Seed to help you with your planting and cover crop needs. We offer on-farm pickup of your corn or soybeans and rock delivery. Once again, from Hoskin Elevator, thank you and go Mustangs.
Go Mustang!
This is Milo Wells with Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. Our goal here is to go above and beyond your expectations for the role that a pharmacy can play in you and your family's health. Since we have opened here, many things have changed. We've added experienced staff, updated our facilities, added clinical services like strep throat test and treat, and free liquid medication flavoring. One thing that has not changed is the vision of providing our patients with access to the best pharmacy services anywhere in the state. We, like many of you, believe Southeast Iowa is an amazing place to live, and we will continue to be committed to improving the lives of our patients.
This is Chris Merle, owner of Hamilton Produce. We are proud to have served the community for over 90 years as your hometown locally owned farm and hardware store. We have everything from tractor parts, general hardware, calving equipment, dry shod boots, and Carhartt clothing. We are also your best source to get your smaller LP tanks filled. Stop in and see us just off the square in Bloomfield. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and keep up to date with our store and specials.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our C First Rewards Checking Special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000, or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any C First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
Is your back telling you it's time for a new mattress? Darren at Dixon's Mattress Outlet is the man to see. Dixon's Mattress Outlet sells new mattresses of all sizes. They also have a great selection of area rugs, sheets, and pillows. Needing a mattress for the camper or a rollaway bed? Darren has those too. Call Darren today and get the best rest for less. Call Dixon's Mattress Outlet today at 641-664-3060. And don't forget to like them on Facebook.
Get the small town charm with real world experience at William Penn University. Located in beautiful Oskaloosa, Iowa, William Penn is the perfect place to pursue your higher education. We offer a diverse selection of majors, including a 4-year nursing degree. And our state-of-the-art facilities offer the latest technology. With small class sizes and affordable tuition, William Penn is a great place to call home. Invest in your future at William Penn. Visit wmpenn.edu today to learn more and enroll.
Looking to buy or sell real estate? Lincoln Lynch at Lynch Realty in Bloomfield is the guy to call. Lynch Realty is a family-owned business, and it's their policy to serve the community. Whether you are looking to buy or sell real estate or farmland, give Lincoln a call. And don't forget, he also owns Lynch Boys Auction Service, and they can help you with all your auction needs as well. For current listings or for more information, visit lynchrealtyinc.com. That's lynchrealtyinc.com.
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards checking special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000 or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Abby at Hoskin Elevator. The Barnhart family and our employees would like to thank our customers and invite you to stop in or give us a call anytime with your farming or livestock needs. We carry a full line of ADM feed and mineral and offer commodity mixes and custom rations. Along with an ADM nutritionist, let us help you with all of your livestock goals. Hoskin Elevator is proud to work with Stein soybeans and local Davis seed to help you with your planting and cover crop needs. We offer on-farm pickup of your corn or soybeans and rock delivery. Once again, from Hoskin Elevator, thank you and go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs!
At Community First Credit Union, 6 is a magic number. Why? Our See First Rewards checking special offers a 6% annual percentage yield for the first 6 months on balances up to $15,000 or 6% cash back on up to $300 in debit card purchases. And it's easy to meet the monthly qualifications. Get details on this limited time offer. Apply online at c1stcu.com or stop by any See First location. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go if you're a farmer. They provide the technology and services to make your farming business profitable. They have liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed, and also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See for yourself why so many farmers in the area trust Corby and the team at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Is your back telling you it's time for a new mattress? Darren at Dixon's Mattress Outlet is the man to see. Dixon's Mattress Outlet sells new mattresses of all sizes. They also have a great selection of area rugs, sheets, and pillows. Needing a mattress for the camper or a rollaway bed? Darren has those too. Call Darren today and get the best rest for less. Call Dixon's Mattress Outlet today at 641-664-3060. And don't forget to like them on Facebook.
This is Tim, owner of Slayton Polaris. We have seen a lot of changes since we opened our doors in 1988. One thing that hasn't changed is the way we treat our customers. We still offer the best machines at the best possible prices and strive to treat everyone the way we would want to be treated. This has been our policy since we started the business. If you're looking for the best in off-road vehicles, I'd like to invite you to stop in and meet us at Slayton Polaris, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
You're watching the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
(17-2) is our final here in the nightcap of our doubleheader as the Mustangs sweep EBF after winning the opener 5-1. They broke out the bats in a big way, aided by 6 EBF errors, and they win 17-2 in 4 innings. EBF did score a run in the top of the first, thanks to a single by Austin Langstrot. He stole second. He moved to third on a pass ball, and then a ball hit by Castor Ford that was dropped by the right fielder Quinn McCoy scored the first EBF run, but Davis County was able to wipe out that deficit in a hurry and in a big way with a big first inning, thanks to 4 EBF errors. In that inning, Max Taylor hit a 2-run double. Josh Settles also had a single, and he got thrown out trying as he got caught up between first and second. That was part of a 4-hit night for Josh Settles, who ended up being the player of the game on the Davis County side. So after 8 runs, Davis County led it 8-1 at the end of the first inning. After Noah Sizemore held EBF scoreless in the the top of the second, Davis County went back to work in the bottom of the second. Run-scoring singles by Max Taylor, Houston Schooley, and Quinn McCoy, and then a 2-run single by Josh Settles was part of a 7-run inning in which Davis County teed off on the new pitcher in the game, Corbin Kirkpatrick, who took over for the starter, Kate Francis, who pitched the first inning, and after 2 innings, it was 15-1 Davis County. EBF did score a run in the top of the third. An RBI single by Emmett Holohan allowed the Rockets to pull a little closer. But then EBF did strand the bases loaded in that third inning. Davis County got that run back in that third inning after Duke Scott scored on a wild pitch to make it 16-2. EBF was held scoreless in the top of the fourth. And then Josh Settles led off the inning with a double. And after the bases were loaded, Max Taylor hit into a fielder's choice, which turned out to be the game-winning RBI of the game as Settles came in to score, and that made it 17-2, which ended the game in 4 innings. How about the night for Josh Settles? 4 for 4, a double, and 3 runs scored in the nightcap after pitching a complete game and being the winning pitcher of Game 1. He also had an RBI triple in that first game as well. So a big night for Josh Settles. Also, a tip of the hat to Max Taylor. He had 2 hits. He was 2 for 4. He drove in 4 and also scored 2 runs. And just a good night overall for the Mustangs as they were able to win both games against EBF and a little bit of momentum as they take on Cardinal next later this week. So the totals for this ball game, Davis County, 17 runs on 9 hits, 1 error, 3 men left on. EBF 2 runs on 6 hits, 6 errors, and 4 men left on. Winning pitcher is Noah Sizemore. He is now 1-0. Losing pitcher is Kate Francis. He drops to 0-2. Time of the game, 1 hour and 31 minutes. So that will do it for our broadcast as we appreciate you joining us for this doubleheader. Davis County sweeps the doubleheader, beating EBF 17-2 in the nightcap after winning Game 1 by the score of 5-1. Our next broadcast will be from here at the Mustang Sports Complex on Thursday as Davis County will be taking on Cardinal in another South Central Conference matchup. We look forward to having you join us then. Until then, for Annie Argo, our on-site producer, as well as Kyle Smith back at our studios in Ottumwa, this is Ellis Kojo saying so long from Bloomfield. This has been Davis County Baseball on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.